Well, that game played exactly how you thought it would on paper. The season's done and dusted for City. The season is done and dusted for United, apart from the Europa League, and it played out like that. That was a game that just had a sheer lack of quality, apart from a certain Bruno Fernandes, who was head and shoulders above his United teammates. He was the best player on the pitch. He was trying to make it happen, but there was no needle in that derby. There was just no real intensity. It was like two teams who just agreed, go on then, should we? Yeah, let's just call it a 0-0. I think Amorim, in that first half, the way that United set up 4-5-1, it was to control and contain City, but we still had the better chances in that first half. If we simply had better quality in attack, United would have scored in that half, all right? You can look at Garnacho, you can look at Højlund, they'll speak about both of those, but it was this man here. Again and again and again. It's really, it keeps pissing me off, man. I want him to be the number 10 so he can be the person with the final ball into the attack. I also want him to be the player to shoot. I also want him to be the player who's deeper in central midfield or actually creating. Bruno Fernandes is just a severely better footballer than all the players around him. And that game, I think Amorim will be happy with it, all right? The Premier League means nothing now. But this has been the case for what? 4 weeks now? The league's been done for a long time. United have got 5 games left this season at an absolute max, and it starts with Lyon away on Thursday. We came through that game unscathed, no injuries, no real problems. Amorim will be like, fine, I'll take that. But as I said, right, you can speak about Garnacho, you can speak about Højlund. I'll speak about both of them individually. That was another game where if United simply were better with our final chances, with our shots, with converting half chances into full chances, we probably easily would have won that game. In that first half, the ball over that first minute, I thought that was going to be a red card. B, I thought it was a penalty. It was right on the edge and it was a yellow. But Garnacho again with the decision making, it's not becoming a problem. It's been a problem for a long time. It's just, he's in some sort of rut right now, man. And isn't it amazing what happens when Garnacho uses the overlap of Dorgu? In the second half, it was a simple chance. Dorgu on the overlap, passed it back. Xerxes, first time shot, decent save, and then Mason Mount had the rebound. But in that game there, it was another game where Højlund didn't have any opportunities. So this isn't me having a go at that. It's not really me having a go. It's more of just a point. I think Gary Neville used a good word in that game. Subtle. Well, in his way of describing what Højlund isn't. Because, when the ball goes into him and he has to hold it up, or Ruben Diaz is like closing in on him, he's not subtle enough with those touches to hold up the play, to hold the ball and feed it off to either Garnacho or Bruno or deeper to Casemiro or Ugarte. It was one of those games where Højlund's lack of a bit, and this is strange because I swear he did this for a small period, whether it was the start of this season or last season, I don't know, but as a hold-up number 9, he's not doing enough. And the way that United are setting up in this team, right now, in these games anyway, setting up in a 4-5-1, it works. United are more comfortable. Amorim's already said this. He doesn't want United to play this. It's hurting him to see United playing deeper, to concede possession, but they are just simply a more comfortable football team, and they're not good enough going forward. Like, in that game again, Ugarte came off in around about the 75th minute, did his job defensively for the last 20. You bring on Mount and Xerxes, you push Bruno deeper, you push Mount further forward. This has happened a lot this season when United need to chase a game, or need to get a goal in a game. Ugarte goes off. But again, it was a game where we simply didn't have enough quality. It's so frustrating. Imagine how frustrating it must be for Bruno Fernandes, man. He is light years ahead of his teammates in terms of just quality on the ball, in terms of turning a half chance into a chance, in terms of turning defense into attack, in terms of simply playing football. Bruno Fernandes is, if we had 11 Brunos in their respective positions, we'd be winning the Premier League. It's as simple as that. And am I angry after that game? No, I'm not angry. The league means nothing. And this is exactly how the game played out. I don't think United were willing to take any risks. I don't think Amorim really saw the benefit of taking the risk. Now, you might say that's dumb as hell, Sam. This is an opportunity to get our first double over City in the league. Yeah, that would have been great. But there's 5 games left this season. It starts with the quarterfinal against Lyon on Thursday. A week later, they come back to Old Trafford. If we win those 2, we get into the semi-final. The league has been a complete and utter write-off this season. It's been woeful. Where are we in the league? 13th, 14th? Don't know. Don't care. Where are we going to finish in the league? 10th, 11th, 12th? Which different shade of shit do you want? Best part of that game was probably the chant, the Phil Foden chant. I laughed. You laughed too. Bruno, was he man of the match? I mean, technically, he was man of the match. But it's just, who have we got next? Newcastle on Sunday. If United play at that pace against Newcastle, we're going to get torn apart. And it's something that is definitely hurting United. Playing Ugarte and Casemiro together, it's too cumbersome a midfield. It's not progressive enough in midfield. Someone who I actually really enjoyed watching there today was Lenny Yoro again. I like how he's now starting to get the confidence to bring the ball out from the back. I think anybody who's followed the channel for long enough will know how much I feel we need ball carriers, but we need goal scorers, man. Whether you look at Højlund, whether you look at Garnacho, there's only one place right now you can have with any confidence as a United fan that you might get a goal-scoring chance from, and it's Bruno Fernandes. You want him taking the final shot, passing the ball into himself, and starting the attacking midfield as well. Can you just have Bruno doing all 3? No, you can't. 0-0, completely fair reflection. United were the better team. We stopped City playing in that first half, and we still had the best opportunities. But without these goal scorers, without these finishers, it's the same old problems that we saw against Forest, and it's going to be the same problems that we see all season long until there's an overhaul of our attack in the summer. But Lyon on Thursday, no injuries. I suppose I'll take that. Because in reality, as sad as it is, a City derby at Old Trafford on the 6th of April, it didn't really mean anything. It's exactly how it played.